What is up, you guys? I am Sinister Plague Doctor, and I am joined with my co-host, Blade Eclipse Dog, and soon, in a couple minutes, we will have our other co-host, Swerve DC, in here. This is the Brain Overload Podcast, Episode 3. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Please make sure to like the video and sub to the channel. It helps us grow, and it helps our community. And leave comments down below, because every week we talk about different topics. Leave a comment down below letting us know what you would like to hear us talk about. I don't know why, but I always have a fear that when I mute myself, I'm not actually muted. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier. From the chandelier.
So Mitch, how do you feel? It's our third podcast already.
It feels good, and it's nice that we're all sticking to the schedule. We haven't missed one yet. Knock on wood. How are you feeling about it?
Pretty crazy, actually. Time's flying. I just feel like time's just blasting right on by.
Right.
Just lost.
The second video went up today. The second podcast.
The second podcast is on YouTube, chat. You heard it here.
Yeah, so if you missed that one, go back and watch it after this.
It was an amazing one. Everybody in the chat and the community loved it. So
they loved hearing us talk about diarrhea.
You seen that, Justin? You seen that? Zero Limits Gaming.
I feel like you're waiting for knives to come out of your hands, Wolverine style.
Wolverine. One day I'll be able to manifest it right out of my hands. Or surgically implant some blades into my hands.
Oh. Swerve DC. Swerve DC.
Swervy boy.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when
There'll be peace when you are. Oh, there he is. Look at that man. Look at that man right.
Hey.
One second.
Got to adjust some stuff, I see.
Pocket, how's your Saturday going, brother? That's my man right there. Brother. Pocket is a huge One Piece lover.
I haven't seen any of One Piece.
I've seen one episode, the very first episode.
I've heard it's good.
My audio is going in and out. Fuck it. Afternoon, Alyssa. Traps in the building.
Oh, wait. Fix something.
I'm
gonna lie, boys. I completely forgot there was a podcast today.
I did too until I woke up this morning and realized it was Saturday. And I was like, oh yeah. We got a podcast.
Oh, let's see. What background should we use?
Poggers. PogChamp.
Boom. Okay. I have something very interesting to bring up for the first topic. Are you boys ready?
I am ready.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to throw the one that forgot about the podcast under the bus right off the bat. Okay, so I want you to tell us 3 hobbies, or they don't even have to be hobbies, 3 things that you enjoy to do that bring you a sense of peace and happiness, and tell us why they do.
Three things.
I gotta say, one of my biggest ones would probably be listening to music. I think that's
a good one.
Yeah, that one always kind of helps me in my moods and stuff like that.
So, what's your favorite music?
I'm all over the place. Lately, I've been into like classic rock, indie, folk music, that type of stuff.
Mm.
What about you guys? What is one of your guys' passions or helpful things?
You go,
Good
sir.
question.
You go after you wanted
Since
to
he's
go.
asking the question, I will go. I have, I can put all three up. I would say, music's definitely one of them. My music category is all over the place too. Music's one of them. I would say video games definitely a number two. Just because I feel like no matter what no matter what you're going through, if you're having a tough day at work, or you're just having a crap day in general, that's something that you use to decompress. The same as like watching like a show maybe. Three for me would be anime. That's just something that just brings peace. But we can just delve into music. But yeah, music's definitely it's
Mm,
definitely up there. I mean, it can make you feel so many different ways.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You can, if you want to make yourself sadder, you can listen to more sad music, or you bring yourself up. There's always that hype. But I mean, music's just it can make you feel so many different ways.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep, those are all very good ones. I think music would probably be my top two or my top as well, because um, anytime I need to let go of some emotions or aggression or need to bring myself up, that's the number one thing I turn to right there. Right there. Are you guys cutting out for me? Or are you am I cutting out for you guys at all?
No, could be your
And then
stream output settings.
yeah. Um but I guess, so what's your guys' favorite, like your absolute, you gotta give one an absolute favorite genre that you always turn to throughout the day.
See, that's hard for me to say just one because like with my moods, it changes all the time.
Yeah.
But I'd say probably one that I always stick with is like underground rap, I guess, like Lil Peep and stuff like that.
Mm.
Just because of like the relatability is I'm heavy into Lil Peep, so probably Peep and music like that. That's my
That's a good one.
overall
That's a good one.
go-to.
I would say, um, just kind of looking at my playlist, it's a mix. Lately, it's really just been a mix. It could be a mix of anything that's like, rap, trap mix, rock.
Yeah, that's how mine is too.
Mainly though, it's between rap and trap music and like J-pop and J-rock. That's just my two moods really. It's like
I feel you.
I'm either in like a gang banging, drug dealing mood. Like I
Get
don't
you
know. For
hyped
me,
up
it's
to murder someone.
yeah. It's like for me, those anime or more so the Japanese music, it just takes me back to a place whenever I had first listened to that song and kind of like how I was feeling in the moment,
Mm,
and it always just brings me back. It's weird. They all give me different feelings, but it just it always takes me back to a certain. I feel like a lot of my songs do that though.
I feel you.
Yeah, I'm usually the one, like I like to listen to like, I don't know what it would be in for a genre, but like Juice World and NBA Youngboy, I like listening to them like usually all the time. But it's like you said, like a gang banging drug dealer. I'm always listening to them on the way to my 9 to 5 job. It's
I
like
don't need no Molly to be savage.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm probably turned to rap a lot, and then I head over to the classic rock. Classic rock's definitely number 2 on my list, and
Yeah,
then
mine too.
after that, I'd probably have to say country. I always go to country too.
I like country. Do you like newer country or older country?
I really like the older country a lot
Me
more, because
too,
I feel
yeah.
like newer country is pretty much like me. Swerve's always told me this too. Like, pretty much rap and country is like the same thing. They're rapping about ladies and
And
drugs and
trucks and cars and
yeah.
yeah, it's true.
It's just with a different melody to
It's
it. Like
it's
ding 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 ding
trap
ding.
music with a twang on it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
so accurate. It's so accurate.
Oh man. I think my number 2 would be writing. I write a
Writing?
lot. Yeah, like I write stories, and even if it's just like a daily journal, just like writing down how I feel and shit like that, it helps me get stuff off my chest.
Hmm.
So I'd say writing is probably my number 2.
Real quick to kind of not like dive off, but in the whole writing thing, like, is there short stories that you listen to and that you know take inspiration from at all?
Actually, a big one recently has it is, oh, what was it called? I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's a short story collection by Joe Hill, who's Stephen King's son, and he's a writer too, and he makes a lot of short stories. I like his stuff a lot because he's just like his dad. It's really weird, abstract ideas. So I've been into him.
I'll have to check him out. Wait, what was the name again?
Joe Hill.
Joe Hill.
Like, did you guys see the movie that came out? I think it was last year, The Black Phone.
Hmm,
Is that a horror movie
Yeah,
where the kid's like in the basement
yeah,
and he just keeps going up to the phone and he's hearing voices of all the other victims that were in the
yep.
basement? Yeah, yeah,
That
I
was
watched
based
that.
on a book by Joe Hill called The Black Phone.
oh, okay.
Oh,
So that gives you a little idea of the kind of stuff he
His-
writes about.
yeah, that was a very creepy movie.
Yeah, I liked it. It was different. But yeah, writing would definitely be my number 2.
I would say my number 2. Um, I guess I could mix the categories because it's like I have like 4 things that I help, that help me decompress and that are just awesome hobbies for me. I guess I could mix. Nah, that I could mix in the last because they're kind of the same thing. They're versions of entertainment, but my second's definitely got to be just video games, man.
Oh, how did I not think about that? And I'm a YouTuber. I'm so stupid.
Like just video games, man. It's just something
Yeah.
that we've been doing for ages now. Like half my life has been consumed by video
Yeah,
games.
dude, over half mine. I remember playing video games at like 5 years old on the GameCube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was me. That was my first console too at
And now
5. We
20
talked
years
about
later, I've
that.
got a podcast with my best friends and have a $3,000 PC. How time flies.
No, seriously.
We've definitely put a lot of investment into the video games, which is crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, now that you brought that up, I have like a list of like 5 things that really help me.
Mm,
Because like
yeah,
I'd say another one quickly would be like driving. Just going on drives helps me with my mood and like decompress a lot. It's just like a very calm environment for me.
the music with the drive or just a
Yeah,
calm drive.
Yeah.
music with the drive, like
Yeah.
blasting music, drown out my thoughts type shit. You know what I'm saying? But then I'd say tied up with that, it would probably be art, just like drawing, photography, model kits, stuff like that.
Super creative.
Try to be.
That's some good like that's what you need to be a YouTuber though. Like credit or
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta have
got it.
those ideas rolling.
Yep. I'd have to say my number 2 would definitely be video games too because that is what I whenever I'm like having a bad day at work and I sit down in my chair to like start up a video game, I'm just like and even though that video game might cause me stress,
Yeah.
it's not the stress that I'm getting from like the outside world.
Yeah.
It's like a weird it's like a different stress that I
Yeah.
can be used to, you know? I'm sitting down to play some Elden Ring and getting stressed out, but I'm gonna keep playing it. But it's not the same stress I'm getting at work when I'm
Right.
constantly being put down there, you know?
You
Yeah,
get
no, I feel that.
rewarded after that stress though. Once
Yeah.
you beat that boss, man.
Yep. Video games for sure. Because, I mean, if I didn't like to decompress to video games, we wouldn't have these gaming computers or this setup and blasting all of our money away at video games.
Probably wouldn't
You-
be doing what we're doing now.
Oh yeah, guys, heads up! This next Friday, Dead Island 2 is coming out.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
That'll be good. That'll be
I
real
seen
good.
something on it today, actually. A little clip on co-op.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd the
Looks.
co-op look?
It was just like a little minute clip on like how co-op will work in Dead Island. But it looked pretty good. I don't know. The game just looks awesome. I kind of want to just go back to that nostalgic feeling of the original Dead Island. So I'm hoping this game captures that. I don't want it to feel like Dying Light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting at the fact that it's based in Los Angeles. So
Mhm.
That'll be
it's
cool if
kind
they
of
do it right.
yeah. It'll be. I hope it still keeps a lot of the same mechanics as the
Yeah,
first one.
me too.
That's the problem with a lot of games. Kind of as Sinister said, if they do it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Nowadays, if they do it right,
That's
it's just-
exactly like Starfield. I'm stoked for that to come out, but I'm like, if they don't do it right, it's gonna be just like Fallout 76. So, fingers crossed, but don't really. I'm trying not to let my hopes get up.
That's what we do, though. We get hyped. We overhype the games.
It's because there's so few good games out.
I know.
Do you ever feel like back in like when we were in middle school and high school that we never really had that worry about games giving us a letdown? And now we're like,
we didn't.
I feel like we've gone through a few years where games have just totally let us down. I think my first big letdown, in the my history of playing video games was Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh my
That
gosh.
really let me down so bad.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'd say one of my biggest ones, at least more recently, was Cyberpunk.
Oh,
I was
Cyberpunk?
so excited for Cyberpunk, and then it was like so buggy it was unplayable. I was like, "This is wow. You've been working on it for 7 years, huh? Nice."
yeah. Sad fates for some of these games. I think for me it was around the same time Call of Duty Ghosts, but Watch Dogs on the first on
Ooh.
Xbox One,
I liked
like
Watch Dogs.
the next gen. I think Watch Dogs really just it was one of those games where it had stuff going for it and there was things that you could do, but it was just overhyped,
True.
all through the whole development process when they first
It's
showed
because
it
they
at
made it
E3.
look like you like so innovative with how you could control street lights and hack people's bank accounts and stuff like that, and then you get the game and realize that's like almost not even existent. You like unless it's in a mission, you know what I mean? Like there was no real
Mhm.
actual use for it.
Super basic.
Yeah.
Then the most recent Watch Dogs Legion, I haven't even touched it. I never tried it or anything.
I didn't even play
Watch
Watch Dogs
Dogs
2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think both them Watch Dogs were really up in the charts because I never really heard a lot of hype around them. I think they lost it all with the first one, and then
It's
anybody that
Ubisoft.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Some open world genre. It's like, and we're kind of, I guess, going into a rabbit off in the trail. But I guess my question would be is how are you guys feeling about open world games currently, and just kind of how Ubisoft has been doing theirs? Just where open world games are.
I love open world games. They're my favorite type of game. Just because like
Yeah,
you
I
can
like-
go out and explore and stuff like that on your own. It's not fully guided and stuff. You can go out like in Fallout. You can go and find secret weapons and stuff like that and discover new places. And it's like that with Red Dead as well. Again, like we were saying though, it all just falls with how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in love with Assassin's Creed, and I still love the older Assassin's Creed, but they ended up changing it so much that it didn't even feel like Assassin's Creed to me, and it threw me off of the entire game, and I was like, that's, eh. So it's just how they do it for me.
Yeah, it's definitely how they do it because I don't know, for me, it's just the first hour or two of that game will decide if I'm going to finish it or.
Yep. It's exactly how I am. If it doesn't, the way I view it, and this is kind of weird, but like, if I can start a game and after 2 hours I'm not wanting to stop playing, I'm invested in the game and I like it.
Mhm.
But if I hit that 2 hour mark and I'm like checking the time, I'm like, have I really been playing this for 2 hours right now? Then I stop playing it.
It's true.
No, I definitely like the open world games. So I wasn't like a huge fan though of like the open world style of Elden Ring because I do feel like I need that sense of direction on where I'm supposed to go.
A little bit of guidance.
A little bit, like just a little bit of guidance would be nice. Like maybe like a little trail pointing you kind of close to where you're supposed to go. But um, yeah, I like how open world games are coming, and I do like being able to shy off of like the quest line and go out and do whatever I want to do for a little while. Like
Yep.
kind of like how GTA is. If you can do the story mode, or you can shy off the story mode and go blow people up.
And
You
that's
can do whatever
where
you want to.
that's where I really do like GTA and especially Red Dead 2 is with the open world they added so much stuff that you can just go do like in GTA you can go into a gas station and rob them. You know what I mean? And like on Red Dead 2 you can pull up on a stagecoach or go into a bank with your mask on and rob them and it's like a lot of open world games have some side missions and some stuff like trickled in there, but like nothing like that. Like in Fallout, you can't just go into a building and rob them for all their stuff. You know what I mean?
The ecosystem's a bit different.
Yeah, true.
But it's
yeah.
like with what you're saying, like in the Rockstar games, they have like an economy. Like everything is going on while you're still doing the.
Exactly.
Like for example, in Valentine, when you have those buildings that get built throughout like the years, like there's actually like the NPCs aren't just there as filler. They're
Right.
doing
They're-
things,
yeah.
and you can interact with them. Like that's what I love about Red Dead 2. When we were talking about this a little bit off camera, the fact that you can interact with every NPC, like you
Everyone.
can sit there and antagonize them or be nice or
Yeah.
tie them up and just keep
Yeah,
messing
exactly.
with them.
Yeah.
like there's so much you can do in that game. You really can't get like you can get bored, but I mean
You
there's
gotta
so much that
almost
you can
try to be
try.
bored. Like with Red
Yeah.
Dead 2. There's so much to do.
No, and I definitely want to go back and replay through Red Dead 2 because I don't know a whole lot about the story, and I think I beat it twice, but I kind of rush through it every time,
I feel you.
and then I forget it. So I got to go back and play that too, and I do want to try to give that online experience a chance because I've been watching some gameplay on it, and it looks like it could be fun with people. It's not
Yeah.
something that like GTA where you can just hop on and grind out.
It's
crates
really
or something.
hard at the beginning on your own, and I remember, unless they changed some stuff, I remember when they released online, it was really hard if you didn't already have a posse, like a group of friends to play with, because you're building your camp all by yourself. Everything is so fucking expensive, and then especially like if you joined online a little bit later and you're next to people who are in a posse, they just kill you repeatedly. So it's like unless you have people to fight back with, then it's no fun.
No
Hey, man,
fun at all.
I was thinking about it last night too, because I was checking the store out and it's back on sale for $20 again, and I was like, might have to do a playthrough, but also I was thinking about that Red Dead
Red Dead
Online.
Online,
was
I'd be
talking
down to
about.
play with us. That'd be fucking fun. That'd be
All right.
really fun, especially if we
It's on
role
s-
played or something. Did some
On sale in
RP.
Steam.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I was like, I might have to get it, but I was just like, I'm gonna see what the boys want to do. Part 3, ladies and gentlemen. But we're just gonna keep it PG.
PG this time.
We're gonna keep it PG.
Yeah, no, I'd be down though for sure.
Yeah.
Same.
I just kind of wanted to dive off into a different topic because I don't want us to, end up this topic being done for 30
Yeah, no,
minutes.
and that's kind of like where we come off as like the brain overload is we can pick one topic, but I know we're gonna end off going
Branch
off,
off, yeah.
branch off a little bit, and then we'll come back and finish it. That's kind of how I kind of based. I knew this one wasn't gonna have like a whole lot of information coming in. I just wanted it to be something so that way our community can get to know us a little bit throughout each podcast and get to be closer with us. But I knew we were gonna kind of branch off, so I was like, we can make it the half hour for this topic. But you said your third on Sinister. What was your third one?
Art,
Art.
like drawing, painting, sculpting, model cars, that type of stuff.
Model card.
Yeah, I've put a couple together, but I have to invest in a spray. What do they call it? Like a air compressor spray gun.
Oh,
Because when you do the paint by hand, it just comes out so blotchy and like streaky, and I don't want that. So I gotta save up and get one of those.
what models do you have currently?
None here, but like at my house, like at Hobby Lobby, because they go on sale like every other week. They have
Yeah.
like vintage cars with vintage Coca-Cola, like little fridges, little boxes, and a dolly and stuff like that. And I like vintage Coke stuff, so I've gotten a bunch of those. And like I've actually thought about this. I'm going to paint them, like put them together, and then once I get the spray gun, paint them to look like rusted and stuff like that, and set up little diorama like gas stations and stuff, and take realistic photos of them.
Oh, okay.
So
That'd be a cool idea.
yeah,
Just like in like the aspects of the photography, or like being able to photograph your project, once
yep,
it's complete. That's definitely cool. I like that.
yeah. So I'm excited. I just gotta get the air gun, the paint gun. Now I can do that. I don't know if I ever told you this because I know Corey, you knew I was like heavy into photography.
Mm-hmm.
My whole camera bag got stolen last year,
No, you didn't.
right out of
Did
my
not tell
car.
me.
I
And
left it in my car overnight one time and went out the next morning and it was gone. It had my camera, all my lenses, everything. It was just gone. It was like
Yeah.
$4,000 worth of gear.
Because I
I was like,
remember
wow.
you were doing those photos and stuff.
hmm
I should have asked you about that because I remember you said your girlfriend had just gotten you another camera too.
Yeah, she got me a Polaroid camera.
I want to get one of those that one of those old school ones that you take the picture and the picture
Yeah,
starts-
that's what I have. It's like a
Yeah.
newer version of it, but actually, I have it right here.
love
um,
the Polaroid.
This is, you can see it in the Polaroid camera. So then the thing just comes out here and
Oh,
you just like
wow.
leave it face down. Yeah. So
Dude, you know
she
what
got
that
me this
looks
that we
like?
could scrapbook, but what?
It looks like the old Instagram
Oh,
icon.
it does. Oh my gosh, yeah, it does.
That's funny. The old school Instagram icon.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, no, that thing's a relic.
It
It's
is.
in the past.
Oh, so let me ask a real quick question, because it goes along with video games and streaming and stuff. How do you guys feel about Kick?
Ooh, good question. I'm
Because
gonna let the
I have
top
my own
dog
opinions
start
on
it.
Kick, and honestly, overall, I don't think with how they're working it right now, it'll be it won't be around for long. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about it.
So I know a lot of my people that I watch on stream. They're all moving over to Kick, and I mean, I feel like maybe with it not being a huge audience like Twitch has, it's a good way to kind of maybe get yourself put into however their algorithm works if you have that following from Twitch to go over to Kick.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like I would make that move over there because if you look at Kick, it literally looks like a rebranded Twitch. And I feel like
and because of their TOS, there's no monetization. And there can't be because you have people like Aiden Ross showing literal porn on screen. And if any of the company like Kick, if they wanted to have brand deals, that's an automatic ban on Twitch. And that's why Twitch has their TOS is because of the ad revenue type stuff and the ad deals. So right now, I don't think Kick has any ad revenue because that type of stuff.
It's all community based, huh?
Yeah. It's all based on donations and stuff like that right now. Which, I mean, for people like Aiden Ross is okay because he's got 160,000 concurrent viewers every stream. But, like,
yeah.
in the long run, it's just Kick won't. I don't think it'll be around in the next 3 years unless they completely revamp their TOS and start actually banning people for doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and or they might not even do that. They're probably trying to get a lot of people to hop over to Kick, and then they'll probably start taking a lot of the revenue from the donations.
Probably
75% of what you pull in, they're gonna take, so you only get like 25% of those donations and
Yeah,
stuff.
it'd be a worse deal than Twitch for sure.
Honestly, because I heard like what you can pretty much do anything you want over on Kick. You can play whatever music you want to
Oh
play.
yeah,
You can,
it was no joke. Aiden Ross showed porn. He went on Pornhub.
yeah.
You can do anything. Yeah.
The fact that this is even like, oh gosh, like this face fall, man. Like, wow. That man is. I thought Andrew Tate changed him. What happened? Like, what happened, man?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
bringing me to tears from laughing. Oh,
Oh, that's
kick,
good.
man.
Yeah, I don't see it lasting too long unless they change their whole TOS. Then that's gonna piss off the the people already on Kick, because that's why they switched over from Twitch in the first place. But like
Do
I
you guys
said, with
have-
ad revenue, they can't be doing that stuff. So
When Twitch started out, like, do you guys have any background information on how Twitch started? Was it the same? Was it similar with the TOS?
I haven't really looked
as
into it
far as
much.
I know, it was pretty similar. Like there wasn't, because starting out they didn't know how big Twitch was gonna be.
Mm.
And then a lot of people started streaming on Twitch, and then they kind of revamped their TOS and rules and everything.
So you
And
think that's a possibility with Kick? If they get
if
bigger?
if they want to stick around as an actual platform and compete with Twitch, they have to.
Yeah. I was just curious on all that.
Yeah, I don't think Kick's gonna be around for a lot longer, and that's kind of the big reason I haven't really switched over. I mean, that and they don't really have an app, so the only way I can watch my other people that I watch that are switching over to Kick is from the browser on my phone, which is just terrible to watch,
Mm.
and I'd have to be on my computer to be able to even have a like an enjoyable experience. I'm like, I don't like, I hate to say it, but I probably won't support very many people over on Kick if they make that switch. And it's not because I don't like them as a creator.
the
I just
access.
don't like the platform.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick over here on Twitch. That's where my home's gonna be.
The color, though. Come on, though. Like, green? Like, that's probably, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who can say that that's their favorite color. It was mine at one point when I was, but
I like greens as
Green?
I get older, but
there's tones of
like
green that I
earthy
like.
greens. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like earthy greens, but not like neon
Lime
green or
and-
anything.
Yeah, no. Come on, Kick, do better.
Right?
Do better.
Do better.
Green? Ugh. At least blue, man, or red. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, I really don't have much to kick on. Oh, kitty.
Big kitty.
Big kitty.
Big floofer.
like,
I don't
"What the
have
hell?"
much else.
So hold on a second, buddy's showing the kitties. Hold on.
He pulls down his pants.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, he's a little cutie.
Give me an inch.
Aw. How cute. Oh,
The
Yes.
black.
Little baby.
the baby kitty.
He's like, put me down.
Put me down. I can't look vulnerable.
What was your third, Swerve?
Oh, my third is a mix of entertainment, but it would have to be sports. Like for me, basketball and the NFL, so football and basketball, and then anime.
Nice.
Strictly anime. I don't have waifus, but I just, you know, love the anime.
Gotta.
You ever had a sports team let you down so bad that you cried?
Yeah, that was the Cowboys this year. Yep, I cried. I cried pretty hard. Yep, man, the Cowboys. They always let me down. But if you're a Cowboys fan, then you know.
Hey,
We don't
me and my
have to
family are
discuss much.
Lions fans, so we know all about that failure.
Yeah,
Thank God.
yeah.
Their
I'm
basketball
just-
team is good and their baseball team, but man, their NFL team is one of the worst.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have never cried, but we're starting to. I believe it's correct that Steelers fans have been spoiled, and now we're starting to feel that letdown.
Yeah, how many Super Bowl wins do you guys have? Like 7?
Yeah, I think it's 7.
That's a lot.
6.
6?
Or is it 6? 6.
That's insane
Tied
still.
with the Patriots.
I hate the Patriots so much.
Or no,
Do you
yeah,
hate the Patriots, or do you just hate Tom Brady?
Honestly, I might just hate Tom Brady. I might just hate Tom Brady. He's kind of a weirdo.
that was me for a while.
Yeah.
That was me. I loved him though when we got rid of him this year. Round.
Do you think that Brady's actually retiring, or do you think it's another publicity stunt?
Probably another
coming back?
publicity stunt.
He's gone for good.
You think so?
Yeah, he's gone.
Did you see how he retired and didn't he get back together with Giselle?
No.
Aren't they back? No, they're not together.
Hmm.
Maybe it was just something I seen on that NFL memes page on Facebook.
No, see, the thing that people don't understand is that they had issues even before the retirement and then unretirement stint, you know? Like, they were having issues. So it's like for a lot of people to think that if he wouldn't have, unretired, that they'd still be together is kind of ludicrousy. I don't know. Because it's
They
like,
probably
we don't know what's going on in their personal life, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true.
Yeah, they
But-
probably would have split up even if he retired, being home like that, and they probably constantly fighting about something.
Really quick,
Something.
since we're on the topic, what is your guys' favorite sport to watch?
Football.
Mine's hockey.
Hockey.
Yep.
You like the hockey?
I'm a big hockey fan, yeah.
You know-
Especially when fights break out.
Oh yeah.
And all they get penalized with is a 2-minute timeout, and I'm like, that's right.
We're just watching them just
Beat their fucking ass.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You know, speaking of one sport that people don't talk too much about, NASCAR, man. I was
Oh, yeah.
watching. some
I
of
love
that
watching
with-
highlight clips and like wrecks and stuff. NASCAR is crazy. Like there was a thing that happened a few months back. It was for the qualifier for the Grand Prix or some shit like that. A dude was about to lose his qualifying place, drove straight into the curved wall,
Yep,
and
yeah, I seen that.
slingshotted himself past everyone, and like everyone made a huge deal about it. They were like, "That is the most unsafe fucking thing we have ever seen." Straight, like besides an actual crash, he should lose his qualification. Blah blah blah. And I watched the clip and I was like, "God damn!" He literally just floored it into the wall and wrapped around. It was
He
intense.
did what we all do in racing games like Forza.
Yeah,
We just-
exactly. It was
Yeah.
insane to watch.
He was kind of
NASCAR's
smart
fun.
of him though.
What's
No.
scary to me is the F1 races, like, because they go so fast.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
they lose their traction and literally just launch into the fucking air. And I saw
Yeah.
one, the female lived, but I think it was a female F1 driver, was hauling ass and coming up to a turn, like a tire blew or something like that, and her whole thing went just flat against the wall, going like 120 miles an hour at least. And she
it's
survived,
like-
but I was like, oh my God, dude.
All this is exposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
I was
the
like, because
whole
when I saw
upper
the clip,
head.
I was with Graham, and I was like, "There's no way she survived this, right? Like, there's no way you'd have to die from that." And I looked into it, and she lived, and I was like, "That is, I guarantee she
Insane.
does not race anymore."
It's scary, man.
Yeah,
Like that is something telling her that she needs to stop
Yup.
right now. No, but it's like that NASCAR stuff, because I seen when I was watching Bristol race and they were racing on the dirt,
yeah,
and that was interesting because
I
there
don't
was one
think-
guy who had never raced on dirt.
yeah. And I
was
think this
racing.
was actually the last year that they did the dirt races because it's an old school fashion, and it's like way more dangerous to drive on. It ruins the cars way quicker. And I think this year, because it was a traditional thing, was like the last year that they did it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I was witnessing history.
Yeah,
Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
yeah. I could be wrong about that, but I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, I think this year was their last year of doing the dirt road.
I've always wanted to be like, I like going fast, and anybody who's ridden in the car with me, I kind of like that fastness. I've always wanted to just, even if I got the chance to just drive one on a NASCAR road and just go as fast as I want.
Go
that'd
to
be so
Vegas.
cool. Go to Vegas.
Because that's
Yeah.
where they have an actual NASCAR track that they do a lot of their competitions at. And when they're not doing the NASCAR stuff, you can literally go there and rent out a supercar and drive it around the course as
Ooh,
fast as you
that-
can. So, like, you could get a fucking Ferrari for an hour and just do laps.
I know where I'm going.
Blaze like, huh, okay.
Vacation idea?
Yeah, I've gotten plenty of tickets in my time for speeding. Pretty bad. I think I've gotten like 7 now so far.
Dang. I haven't gotten any. I just haven't been caught.
Yeah. Slick. Slickster.
I remember when I
Yeah,
was
my
living
worst.
in Helena and I had my Impala SS and like I was hitting like 120, 140 on the straightaway back home. Never got pulled over.
Yeah, I think my
Oh,
worst
yeah.
one was going by the base where we're at, and that one just happened recently, a little while ago. But yeah, 90 and a 45.
Ooh, that's you're lucky you didn't go to jail. It's like
I
double the
know,
speed limit. It's like a felony thing.
I know, I got real lucky there.
Yeah. Oh, no,
I
that
was just going to Walmart for some lasagna, and that lasagna turned into be like a $300 lasagna. So I made sure it was good.
put the cheese in it, the extra cheese.
Gotta make sure it's not scabby. It's cost
Yo,
$300.
I'll get pulled over. He walks up. He's like, "What in the hell was that?" I just didn't want the other
I
car
lost
to
the track
pass
of the
me.
speed, sir.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
I'll look over at Abe. I'm like, "You better get ready to drive this home because I think I'm going to the slammer."
Oh man.
Got zero limits in the building,
Zero
boys.
limits. Shout out. All the support.
Zero limits.
Yes,
the
sir.
XG. Throw up the X's.
Yeah. No, and then so my third one, I guess, would have to be like I like being a mechanic. Like I like it's a frustrating job, but I feel like when you eventually you're able to find the problem that's wrong with it, and then you get all the parts and you fix it, and then you can literally see it come back to life and watch it drive back off, and you can be like, I did that. I think that moment where you see it drive off and you're like, yeah, I put that together. That was me. That feeling is what helps me
That's
decompress throughout mechanics.
Yeah, it wasn't as deep because obviously it's not nearly as hard as working on diesel trucks. But when I worked at the bike shop and I was putting together bikes, that's exactly how I felt. I'd finish building a bike and ride it around to test it, and then put it out on the show floor. And I remember just taking a second and be like, I just put that together, and someone's gonna buy that and ride it like every day now. And it's just like a very satisfying feeling.
Yeah, that's like one of my. That's what keeps me going because I hate mechanicing. Sometimes I hate it, busting your knuckles, and then
Yeah.
you literally put blood, sweat, and sometimes tears when you hit them hard enough into it. But being able to watch it go out and be like, yeah, I did that because I learned how to do stuff like that, and then you just keep it watching it go down or
Yeah.
like roll around and produce that company money.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, that's
Um,
that definitely has to be.
If I get my CDL, will you work on my truck, Blade?
Yeah, I'll work on your truck.
I want to get eventually if I do get my CDL, I want to end up having my own semi, and I want an old Peterbilt 379.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Old Peter, you got to be careful with that though. Sometimes if you can't find them parts for them old ones no more.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, we have I think it's like a 2003 Kenworth that we can't find parts for anymore. If it breaks down, we're literally like looking at like there's actual like things called like museums for truck parts,
Oh
and
wow,
you buy them from there, and then you wait for like 4 months because they before you get it.
that's nuts.
That is.
It's crazy how the parts work for like semis and stuff. Because like for older cars, usually you can find parts from like OEM parts.
Unless they're
and stuff.
foreign.
Yeah, but for like trucks, like I feel like they make them and then like after 5 years they like discontinue everything they made for like that certain model, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Supra or GTR?
Super.
For me, Supra. Yeah, I love the look of GTRs a lot, but like speaking strictly like speed and shit like that, I'd go Supra.
Smart choice.
Supra's are
Supra?
sick.
I just had to see real quick. It was a test, little test.
Here's a good one. Do you guys like imports or classic muscle?
Classic muscle.
Classic muscle.
Yeah.
Old Chevelles, 1970 Plymouth Dusters, all that kind of stuff.
My dream car is a 1969 Chevy Chevelle
Oh.
with the 70s model brake lights.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I love
Can't
Chevelle's.
remember. Can't remember which model Molly's dad has, but that thing is a.
Yeah, I still gotta go over there and see that.
We do.
My dream car is a 1967 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Tied with a
Ooh.
Driving in
1968
style.
Eldorado, yeah. Old Cadillacs. I mean, that's why I've got the Cadillac tattoo, but I love old Caddies. There's nothing more big pimpin' than old Cadillacs.
I'm pretty sure that me and Envy Money are probably gonna have to go import.
Yeah.
if I know Envy well enough, I know he'd probably pick the imports.
With your love for Japan, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but hey,
They do make good cars. Really good cars. And they have one of the most legendary car tuners in the entire world. So he's like literally like a god in the car world because of how much he tunes Supras and all that kind of stuff.
pot 2.
Yep. So I feel like right now we're going to see if chat wants to give us a.
Yeah, it's like perfect time. And we're at about 45 minutes right now.
Yeah, my
Alright.
topic is very it's very straight on. Like it's just a question, and then it might wrap into other ideas, but we have time for other stuff. So I'm gonna take a
Alright.
quick little intermission while we.
Chat.
I'm on my
Now's
third
your
screwdriver.
time. Throw in some topics that you'd like us to go over right now. Just one topic. Let us know something that you want us to give our opinions on right now in the chat.
And I want to throw out to your chat, even if we don't pick your topic today, we're going to take all of them into consideration and we'll probably end up talking about them in future podcasts. So don't get upset if we don't talk about yours right away.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I think all of us plan on doing this podcast for a good long while. So
Long time. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Mental health awareness.
okay,
We
yeah,
can run with that one.
could definitely go off that. Yeah.
So I do know that I think Zero plans on doing an event next month, a whole month-wide event for promoting mental health awareness. So I'll let you guys in on that when we know
Okay.
more about it. But
Do they have
We'll
a
wait
month for that? Is that a thing?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna
Zero.
look it up right now. Oh, so yeah, it's in May. Mental health awareness month starts May 1st, ends May 31st.
Ooh,
So we're coming up on that real quick.
that would be why we have an event, a
Yep.
month-wide event going on.
Makes sense. I'm actually gonna probably do a weekly video about that then, touching base on mental illness and my mental illnesses, more in depth stuff like that. That's good that I found out about that. Thank you, Zero Limits.
Love those.
Ooh. All right, so chat has chosen us a topic to talk about: mental health awareness.
Big.
Big. I'll start this off, I guess. I'm a big advocate for it. I've worked in the mental health field multiple times. I have mental illnesses. I genuinely, and this is not to start anything, I think that men have a very hard time with mental health awareness, especially, I don't know about you guys, but like the way I was brought up was kind of like, man up, don't cry, deal with your shit,
Yep.
move on.
Yep.
And that is still, I've been going to therapy consistently for 5 years now. It is still hard for me to fully open up even with my therapist because it's my problem. I'll get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been embedded into a lot of males' brains in the United States.
It's like that I'll die before I'll go to the hospital mentality.
Yeah, it really is.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, and
true.
being brought up like that still, I have a hard time opening up and it's hard because people can notice like when I'm like feeling depressed or I'm angry and stuff, but I do not like telling people I am because then I
Same.
feel like I've demoralized myself because that's how we've been brought up. Like if you tell somebody like I'm not doing okay today, like
You feel
I'm
weak.
depressed, then you put out there as being weak, and it's like I feel like we should have been brought up, and we should bring our children up to be able
Be
to
open.
Yeah.
be open. Like if you have a bad day or something's going on and you're like maybe you don't even know that you're like depressed,
Yeah.
but you just feel depressed. Like you don't know
Just feel
what's
out of
making you
place.
feel like that. You gotta tell people.
Yep.
Because
Gotta talk
100%.
about it.
100%.
That's something that I believe that at least I know the three of us will instill into our children
Oh,
when
definitely.
we have children, because that's something that's just super important. You know what I mean? It's
and like my biggest thing right here. Now I'm gonna go off my whole PG right here, but like being able to tell somebody you're angry, you're sad, you don't feel like you want to keep on going right now. And being able to talk to somebody about that does not make you a pussy. You are
No.
not a pussy.
If anything,
Just
honestly, in this day and age, it makes you braver than most people because it takes a lot of courage to be like, I'm not okay. I'm not in a good place. I need help. It takes a lot to ask someone for help.
Mhm.
But in those situations, you have to ask for help. Sometimes when you're depressed
Yep.
or whatever, you literally cannot get through it on your own.
be brave.
So, and especially
Yeah.
with all of our channels, and I think we all advocate heavily for this as well, and it ties in. My channel, I know I tried to put off there, and that's why I've made my bipolar videos, and I'm going to make more, is that I want people to have a safe place to come to, and be, even if they have no one close to them they can talk to, they can comment on my video or whatever and be like, hey, I feel the same way. You know, I've been really depressed lately. And I'll comment back 100% of the time. Every time I will comment back, I'll make videos more in depth about it. I will do whatever I can to let you guys know that you're not alone, because you aren't. Even though you may feel alone in that moment, you have so many people that you don't even realize that would be devastated if you did something
Yeah.
that's permanent for a temporary problem.
Mhm.
That is. Yep. That's the way to look at it.
And
You
that
stated it.
kind of goes back to where what we talked about last week, like with the content that I try to put out and with my stream. Um, I like how I always ask them like, what's something positive that
Yep.
went on, and then that opens up room for somebody to think about that positivity that happened today, so it gets them away from thinking about something that's sad that may have happened or bad that happened to them. Um, it's like um, it's a safe space there, and I want my channel to be that place where people can come in and just, if they're feeling down, we can talk about it. Message me. Like if you need help, I can try to give you some words of encouragement and get you through going. Because like I don't remember who said it, but we said it. We talked about it last week. But you never know if you that one person that
Yep.
hops into your channel. That'll be
All
the
it takes is
last
one person.
time. Yep.
Mhm.
And I've literally
Either.
been in those spots before. It takes one person to be just check in on you or tell you that it's okay to feel how you're feeling, and it can change the outcome of everything.
Mhm.
That's why I love you guys so much, because you guys always ask me, man, you doing okay? Is
Yeah.
everything okay? And like, even in the moments where like I am genuinely feeling happy and stuff, you guys still do that, and that's
Of course,
it's just awesome
always.
to have those people that support you. That
It really is. Oh, Zero wanted me to put in here too that in the Discord he will be creating an open safe space to be able to talk freely in chat in the Discord if like anybody's having a bad day.
So if you guys haven't joined that already, go join Zero Limits Gaming, because ton of support
Please.
there. Ton of support.
Let's go. In the chat right now, you can do exclamation point XLG. Get you in there.
Yes, sir.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sure Sinister will
Two
put a link
times.
to the XLG.
Yep. I'll pop up a picture of the channel, and then I will also link it in the description.
Stuff.
Right. But yeah, I don't know if you heard of Swerve, but we are having like a mental health awareness event going on monthly in the Discord. Okay. Joe said he loves you, bros. Loves us, bros. I guess.
Much love.
Love you too,
Much
dog.
love, dog. Much love.
But
We still got about probably like 13 minutes left of talking that we can do if you guys want to take another topic or continue on this one if you have more to say. But we got about 13 minutes left.
How long do you think your topic will last, Swerve?
It just depends on if you guys, I guess, take it into other different subtopics, you know, because it's something that can, you know,
Yeah.
and kind of like what it revolves around, you know.
Well, we'll just go with yours because I know we're probably going to branch off and
Yeah.
talk about it.
Okay, so basically, like my topic is like, what are some of your guys' top ideas for technology, or like what the technology potentially in the future that it can't do now, like technology, like where you can see current technology going,
I
or just ideas for technology, like top technology that isn't like.
That's
Um,
hard. I think we're honestly seeing a lot of new stuff right now with the
Yeah,
AI
no.
stuff. Definitely, like that could, in my brain, potentially end up being very, very dangerous because people have already made what is it called, like the fake
The
like
deep
the
fakes,
yeah, the deep fakes and
the
of
AI
like
voice.
celebrities and Twitch streamers and YouTubers of doing porn and stuff like that, and it's obviously not them.
Oh, I
And
thought you were referring to like the voice, like
well, no, people
deep,
are actually doing
like
like
AI voice
like
too.
how they did
That.
with oh, it definitely, like that can happen too, especially with like presidential leaders and stuff. It's already
Mhm.
happening. People go in and troll in Call of Duty as Trump and Obama. You know what I mean? And
yep.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I'm thinking
so
too.
I think it's very like there are AI things I think are very cool, like the art that they can come up with immediately. I think that's just very unique. But it also seems like a very, very sketchy thing at this point
Agreed.
because there are
Agreed.
so many people who deep fake other people and stuff like that. And if enough people believe that it's actually you, your entire life can be changed. So that's how I feel
It
about
can
that.
totally ruin a person's life. The
Yeah.
real person, the real. Zero
Mhm.
said he sees nanobots, eye tracking technology, and real synthetic humanoid robots.
I agree with that.
That
I've already
the
seen videos
humanoid,
on TikTok of a company working on synthetic androids and like they put skin on it and everything. And it, like, it'll just be sitting there as like the actual person is talking and stuff. And it'll be moving around, making different facial expressions, looking. And it's like,
It's kind of good.
yeah, it's like, that's why is it not just like sitting there? You know what I mean? It's weird.
I find it to be very scary because I feel like with Terminator and everything, I feel like if we keep diving into this, like we're gonna see these
The robots will take
like
over.
robots take over they'll take over like their code or whatever, and
Yeah.
they'll become their own personal like robot person, and they're gonna be like, well, I want to take
And that's
this planet over.
that's the thing.
Type
They say
thing.
robots can't have feelings, but if a robot is able to upgrade itself and like say like wirelessly like download all the information on the planet, it intellectually knows what words like love and sadness and anger mean. And if they can understand that on a fundamental point, they could teach themselves to feel emotions. If they learn like, oh, you called me an asshole, now I'm upset about that, they can have an automatic reaction to it, whether they feel the actual feeling or not. And that's scary.
Yeah, that is.
they're almost like psychotic. They're like psychopaths.
Yeah, they're
It's
like
because they're
sociopaths because
having,
they mimic
yeah,
emotions and stuff like that. Exactly.
and they have like a specific goal in mind, and it's their selfish. And it's not like not selfish, but it's like that's what they were designed
Yeah.
to do. Sense.
Mhm.
But it's
There's
like,
this one movie that just came out. What was it? Where that man? And I see it all the time, and now I can't think of it. But it's like this family that brings in this robot to like become friends with their daughter, and this robot eventually adapts the fact that like nobody's gonna be hurting like this little girl, and like eventually it goes with her everywhere. And um the trailer that I seen is like this boy's picking on her and everything in the wood. They're in the woods and the boy's picking on her, and then like this robot just gets angry and eventually ends up killing that little
Wow.
boy. Kills that little boy, and then eventually she gets in trouble at the dinner table. Blah blah blah, and then like the robot there like actually like gets mad at the mom and is like, "You're not going to treat her like that," and eventually tries to kill the mom too. And it's like,
Jeez. You're gonna have to find out what movie that is
right,
and link it to me.
yeah,
I want to watch that.
yeah,
same.
chat. If you know what movie I'm talking about, let me know because that I really Ava really wanted to see it too, and
That
it's
sounds good.
You know what you
I'll
do?
send.
You just look up on Google, movie about robot.
Yo,
that
I'm gonna do that right
kills
now.
some- That's literally it. I swear. You might end up.
Movie about rope. Oh yeah, Megan.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking in my head, I was like, is he talking about Megan? Okay, that sounds way better than the trailer looked. Now I actually want to see it.
The way he
Yeah.
explained it was just
Yeah,
like,
I was encapsulated. I was like, oh my god, okay.
yeah.
I remember the trailer though, the first trailer, they had her doing some stupid ass dance.
Yeah.
It's like open the door, like at the end of the hall, just fucking wheeling around and shit.
They're already coming out with a Megan 2 too.
Oh,
Like that
wow.
one dropped, and they're already talking about a Megan 2 coming out.
Jeez.
Zero says military exosuits.
Oh, I've seen stuff on that.
Yep.
Those are cool.
They are really cool.
But it just makes me wonder, like, if any country, like, that wasn't, like, lower rate were to go to war and had nuclear powers, how would that war end up? Like, would they resort to just using
World War
nukes
III.
right away? Like, that obviously, but are they just gonna resort to just dropping nukes right away, or are they
Nope.
gonna fight with like infantry and like what are they?
For robot takeover?
Yeah, like how would a war, like a world war go? That's crazy.
I
to
think that would
about
be the
that.
one time where even countries with differences like us and China and North Korea would team up because it is for the greater good of humanity and not the greater good of the country.
True.
In my opinion, I think we would like almost immediately put some shit in place for a treaty, at least until the robots were taken care of.
Yeah. The
That's my
robots.
opinion.
The robots.
Here comes the robots again.
Yeah.
They're gonna be here, man.
Yeah.
The AI.
Every time I think about robots, I just think of that movie, I, Robot.
Yeah, with Will
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. That's how I picture it happening too. Just like one of them branching off, and it ends up being all of them, and it's just like all out chaos.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, yep. They're like, oh, he's right, man. You need to stop listening.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think with how, like I said, if they can wirelessly download information to know like everything, they would come to terms with the fact that humans created them, and we almost are like slave masters to them. Like if we built robots, it's going to be to clean our house so that we don't have to. It's going to be to make our food so we don't have to. You know what I mean? As home protection and everything, and we're going to rely on them for almost everything. And then they're going to realize, okay, this human is relying on me for everything, but what are they doing for me?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. They're gonna realize all our flaws.
Yeah.
They're gonna eventually realize that we are using them literally to be a slave.
Yep.
They're not gonna like that. They're gonna rise up on us.
Scary stuff.
How can we prevent that though? We there has to be extra countermeasures that we can take. Like how are we like we just I don't know.
At this point, I don't think we can, honestly, because people like scientists and stuff and engineers are working constantly like on making android humans and stuff like that. It's just going to keep evolving and then hit a point where it's like it is too much for humanity, and by then it's too late.
You think they're thinking about the potential I guess outcomes that are
Probably.
terrible?
Probably. I at least I would hope so.
Yeah. That's definitely androids, man. That's every time like I think about that, and especially synthetic, just reminds me of Dragon.
I get that.
Couldn't. I don't think we. I think we're too smart for our own good. Honestly.
Yeah.
I think we're too smart but too naive.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to progress so much that we don't actually stop and think about the consequences of this progression.
That's very well put. Actually, yeah, that's exactly how it.
One of you guys have to, in one of your topics, your episodes, or even I might do this. We have to talk about space travel, potential other planet.
Ooh, that could
You know what I
delve
mean?
into so much stuff. Even
Yeah.
like wormholes and different galaxies potentially being able to be found and stuff like that.
Or types civilization.
Yeah.
Like
Apparently,
when we can become a type.
I didn't look too much into it, but apparently China found they were on the moon with like a rover or something and found beads of water on the moon that they think contains the word a ton of actual water, a bead of water, so dense that it's like an ocean on the moon.
Oh,
What?
that's
Yeah.
yeah. This is a topic, man. This might have to be a topic.
Rico said we have to teach the robots kindness first, and then they can evolve in the side of love and happiness.
True. I just hope the
And
scientists and engineers are doing that and not treating them like shit right now.
Yeah.
like some caged up monkeys and stuff.
Clean that
It's
up.
like,
Have you guys seen the art exhibit? Some artist and engineer made a robot arm. It was like a crane almost with like a scoop, and the robot would leak oil, and its entire job as the art exhibit was to scoop up the oil, and it looks like a human being now, like in the sense that it is worn out. It doesn't scoop it up right, anything, and it was supposed to show the damage on humans of like working your life away, and it just looks sad. And I know it's just like a mechanical thing, but like if that were an actual android and like could understand feelings, then that's where things would turn south and dark for humanity, because we're just doing it as an art exhibit, or we're just doing it for fun or whatever. And it's like you can physically see that the robot is like tired almost, you know what I mean, like a human would
Yeah.
be.
mhm. Like I remember seeing it like when it starts off like happy. It like started off happy. It was like
Yeah.
scooping everything up so fast, and then over time it just like got tired and just
And
wanted to
then
like
the whole
die.
the
It
whole
looked like a murder scene.
yeah.
Like the way it was just, I don't know. It was just, you could tell it's just like different. It's not
Yeah.
the same robot anymore.
It doesn't mechanically work how it did. And then there was the whole thing with the Mars rover
Yeah.
where it was wishing itself a happy birthday every year. And then literally without someone coding it, a sandstorm happened and it said, it's getting very dark. Like I'm going
Yeah.
now or something like that. And the whole machine died.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, that's someone didn't
Kinda sad.
program it to say that. You know what I mean? Like that's,
Yeah.
it
learned
understood
that
it was going to die and stated that.
That just
and
gives me goosebumps right
Me
now.
too,
it
My
freaks
whole
me
body
out.
just gave goosebumps, man.
It's
It's
really
sad,
fucking
dude.
creepy and sad, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
To talk about SpaceX and Elon's plans and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting stuff.
Got to talk about the space force we were gonna have.
Yeah. Well, we're about an hour and 10 minutes. You guys want to wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Okay, guys, if you made it this far and haven't already, make sure to like the video and sub to the channel. And please leave comments below the video, letting us know more topics you guys would love to hear from us. And at the end, again, big, huge shout out to Zero Limits Gaming. And be aware of Mental Health Awareness Month starting May 1st. Keep that in mind. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Take it easy.